Oh, Old Country Buffet. Yeah, carving station, dude.
Um,
Yeah. Dude, I've always wanted to know how to carve a turkey like one of these
Your other
fuckers.
shift duties.
Okay, can I
We'll
tell you a quick
begin with your
story?
yeah, please
Okay,
do.
so if they tell him to be overly enthusiastic and fucking like, because when I went to Thanksgiving with my dad one time out at some fucking place, and the guy was just like, "How's it doing? How you doing? What can I get for you? Oh, let's get you a big piece of turkey." It was so and
Was
I
it at an
just
Old
like,
Country Buffet?
no, but it was at Jim Eddie's, dude, at Jimmy's.
I don't recall that.
Just that small that place that smokes everything. I don't know. It's pretty good. It's just
Yeah, I'm sure it
really,
is.
but like, yeah, the fucking guy carving the turkey was just so enthusiastic and in your face about it, and I was just like, I just want my food.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that.
He's like, "How's it doing? What kind can I get you? Can I get you some dark meat, some light meat? Let me cut you off a big piece here." Just like fucking hey, dude.
Was he African American? You're doing
Nah,
it.
dude. He was
Yeah,
he was a
just-
white kid, and he was like younger than me, and he was just jiving. He loved it. Oh,
you're
you've never seen the Hogans?
very
Holy
welcome,
shit.
Big Jeff. Yeah, it's a fascinating show, I guess.
Yeah, it really is. Watching it back through like this, it is fat. Watching it back under a microscope, watching it back
Yeah.
through a microscope
Oh my goodness.
has been great.
Second shift duty, greeting and serving guests.
Yeah, here we go.
Good evening. Fried enough to eat today?
Boy, I'll say.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
see, they
good.
gotta
Would you
start up
care for salmon
conversation.
beef?
A little both.
Is that Jair
All right.
Bolsonaro?
Making friendly conversations
Bolsonaro.
like this is
He's,
a big
it looks
he's
part
like,
of
I'm gonna.
greeting and serving
He's like,
guests.
I'm not vaccinated, and I'm not
At
gonna
other
do it.
buffet
What are you gonna
style
do about it?
Guests often feel
Kick
they're
me out.
on their own. Once they've paid for the meal, no one pays much attention to them. At Old Country Buffet, we work hard to make sure our guests
Cross-dresser.
never feel that way.
Yeah.
As a
That was a
carver,
Steve
that was a
from
big
Denver.
woman,
more
not
time
fat,
with
but
guests
like a
their team
big.
members.
big
That
Yeah.
means you have a great
Tall and
chance
broad.
to make them feel
Yeah.
welcome and appreciated. By greeting the guest
Looks like she
warmly
takes
and
big
holding
ol'
brief
shits.
conversations as you serve them, you say to our guests, "We're glad you're here." Let's take a closer look at greeting
Yeah,
guests.
they are taught to fucking
Every
get up
conversation
your ass.
you hold with a guest should begin something like this.
Good evening.
Or,
Hi, how are you?
once you've greeted the guest, start a brief conversation. Try asking
Yep.
Boy, you're a
questions the
big
guest
lady.
can answer in a sentence or two. You might ask something like this,
Is it still hot out there?
or this,
Did you catch a game last night?
or this.
He's like
Have you tried
smirking after
lasagna?
everything he says.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Don't forget to hold quick conversations with our younger guests, too. Children often play a big part in deciding which restaurant their parents visit. We want
You ever
them
looked at
to feel
naked pictures
welcome
before?
and special here, too. So start conversations with children.
How many
by saying
trusted
something
adults
like
do you have in
this.
your life?
Yeah.
What grade are you in at school?
What table are you sitting
Or
at?
this.
Have you
Yeah.
decided what dessert you're going to have?
Where's your bus stop?
Yes.
Do you like hot fudge sundaes?
Once you've held a brief
That could be-
conversation, it's
I
time
wouldn't
to
say
move
that
on
to
to
a
the
child.
second half of this shift
No.
duty, serving the guests. Begin by asking,
Would you care for some ham or beef?
Ham, please.
once
Yeah,
guests
what do you
have
want, Con?
chosen what meat they want, you'll carve a slice of it. Exactly what size of slice you will serve will be a judgment
It's
call on your
completely
part,
up to you.
Unless this makes a
Yeah.
special request.
Hell yeah.
We
If
don't
they
limit this
complain,
in half.
tell them to go
We
fuck
do,
themselves.
however, manage it to reduce
Yeah.
this.
Point them to the
There are
door.
some guidelines for knowing how much meat to serve a guest. When your guest's plate
What is
has
that?
very little on it, carve a full cut. Lay it over the bare portion of the plate. Children usually prefer smaller portions. Carve them
Children
Unless they're
don't
fat.
matter.
Place it on an
Yeah.
open section of the plate. If your guest's plate looks like this, quarter cut or a half cut of the meat the guest requests. Sometimes guests will tell you exactly what size of cut or
Yeah.
number of pieces they want.
If the customer is fat,
Other guests
tell them they've
will
had
ask you
enough.
to carve a slice thicker than our usual dime width.
Fucks up that
These
the audio is
guests
kind of
all
goofed
feel
on
they're
this
getting
video.
more when getting a thicker cut.
Only a dime?
Actually, the thin cut ensures them a tender piece of meat, which is why we carve dime thicknesses.
All right.
If
I'll-
a guest
I can-
asks you,
Oh, I
Have a
guess.
half-inch slice of that roast beef, please.
Say something like this.
What
I'd
the
be
fuck?
glad to carve you that.
Yeah,
Fitted
I don't.
slices are more tender,
She's
though.
not a native
All right.
English speaker.
We can always come back up
Yeah,
for
say,
more.
are you a
Okay.
fucking communist
Of
with that
course,
accent?
If the guest insists
What the
on a
fuck?
thicker slice, honor the request. No matter what
Argue
the
with
topic
them.
of your conversation has
Yeah,
been,
tell them
or
no,
what
that's not how we
size
do it
slice
here.
You've served, you will end
Remind
each
them
guest contact with the
that
same
they're at the
phrase.
country kitchen
How's that
buffet
for you?
and that we
That's
have
fine,
standards.
Yeah, if they're not
Asking
in their home.
how's that makes sure guests are happy with the slice they received. If they are not, or if they also want a slice of a different meat, you can correct the situation.
Get
promptly.
belligerent.
Guests will sometimes ask you questions about the food we serve and how we prepare it. To be ready
Just
for these
wing it.
questions, make the most of opportunities to learn about our menu items. If you are asked a question you can't answer, find someone who can
Make
answer.
something up.
The nearest manager is usually a good place
Somebody
to
just
start.
comes and grabs the entire thing of
Your
ham.
third shift duty is maintaining the carving station. As you carve and serve meats, your station quickly loses the cleanliness and appeal it had when the restaurant opened. Throughout your shift, you'll complete routine cleaning and maintenance tasks to return your station
Every 2
to
minutes.
its original appearance. Here are some of the tasks you'll complete. Wipe grease from the carving board with a paper
If
towel.
blacks come in,
Grease
Yeah.
and meat
depending on the
scraps
number,
spoil
put
the
your
appearance of
riot
your
gear
station.
on.
Yeah.
Wipe them away frequently. Discard the used paper towels in the wastebasket immediately. Keep the wastebasket.
Check
They
on
will
the
keep
schwookie
asking
button.
for
Make
food.
sure it's working.
Yeah.
Then, wipe the carving
Remind
board,
them one
front
piece of
board,
meat.
and stainless steel surfaces.
They will keep asking
with a
for
clean,
more.
sanitized towel. In between
Tell
groups
them
of
to speak.
guests,
Tell
to
them
wipe your
that you speak
carving
English
knives
in the
and chef's
restaurant
forks
and not
with your clean,
Ebonics.
sanitized towel. Keep an eye on the walls, mirrors, sneeze guards, and floors around your station to make sure they stay clean. If they aren't, use the time between guests to clean them. Floor spills immediately by guarding
God,
the
I'd
area
love to see
personally
the,
or putting up a
training
wet
video
floor
for the,
sign until
Golden
the spill
Corral.
Can be cleaned up. Damp
Yeah.
mopping the area
When the
with
truck
hot,
comes in,
soapy
throw
water.
everything in a pile.
I was gonna
And
say, you
leaving
ever
the
been to a
wet
Golden
floor
Corral?
in
You know what the
place
training
until
video
the
is?
area
It's nothing.
completely dry.
Yeah,
Be
yeah,
sure to wash
There is
your
no
hands
training
after
video.
performing every cleaning task.
yeah. I can't
Rinse
believe
out
I
your
went to one of
towels
those.
frequently in sanitized
I don't know.
solution.
It depends on where you are. I mean, it's
Dude,
just,
it's like it's like a water park.
Look at, but
It's
they
got
Oh,
the
yeah.
same
streets
feel as a
on
water
the stainless
park.
steel.
well, the demographics, yeah.
Maintaining
Yeah,
the
that's how I
carving
felt in
station
there. I was like,
includes
this place
maintaining
feels like a
carving
water park.
To
Yeah,
keep your
that's
knives
a
sharp
good
and
station
ready
to
carve,
station.
That's
you
a good
use a
observation.
grooved
Yeah,
steel
that
rod
and
called,
just like it's
appropriately,
filled with Mexicans and black people.
the steel
and-
doesn't actually sharpen the knife.
Yeah.
It
At least down
by
here.
aligning microscopic
Well, that's where I
grooves on
went.
the edge of the blade.
Oh, okay.
After cutting about
Yeah, I
10
went
to
with your
15
dad,
slices of
dude.
meat,
Oh, that's funny.
you will notice that your knife isn't cutting as easily as it was when it was first sharpened. It's then that you'll use the steel to restore the knife's edge.
Yeah.
Here's how to use the steel.
Ooh,
Note
the
that
steel.
the process is described for right-handed carvers. If you are left-handed, reverse the process. Before you start, put a carver's protective glove on each hand.
Man, this job
Hold the
must have
steel
sucked.
in your left hand.
Yeah.
Hold the steel so the point is up. You will keep the steel's tip up throughout this process. Hold the knife in your right hand.
Look at the shit-eating grin on this
Place the
guy's
blade
face.
of the
If you
knife
dislike
at
a
the base of
customer,
the steel
get
on the
kinda
side
threatening.
Do the-
furthest from
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, do this in front of
Cutting
them.
edge
Don't
should
hold
be
it to
facing
them,
up.
but move it around a
Blade
lot.
up the steel.
Yeah,
working
get closer
left
to them with
right.
it.
Let them know subconsciously
Make
that
sure
you have
the
a big
entire
fucking
blade is
knife.
drawn across the steel.
Yeah, you could cut their head off.
Next, blade of the knife at the tip of the steel on
Bonanza
the side
and Shoney's.
closest
I don't
to you.
know.
Again, the
That might be
I
a
have
regional
never
thing where
been
you
to-
are, Big Jeff.
Draw the blade
Yeah, I've never heard of a
down left to
bonanza
right.
before.
I would definitely
This
want to
on
go
the
to.
other side of the blade's cutting
I don't know
edge.
if that's one place or two places, but I would
Repeat
like to go
this
to both.
process several times.
Dude, there's
on
some
either
I'm
side
a
of the cutting
regional
total
place.
degenerate when it comes to buffets.
Draw the blade over the
There's a
clean,
regional
sanitized
place
towel
up in
line on the carving
New
counter.
York called like a Moose
Do not
something or other
hold
that
the
I went
towel
to
in your
once
left
with friend
hand.
of the show
Your
Sawyer.
carving knives
Oh, yeah?
are sharp
That
enough
place
to slice
fucking
not only through the
sucked.
towel, but fingers. Remember, knives are never taken to the dish room for cleaning.
I mean, I guess it wasn't the worst.
Once
It
you
wasn't
have
the
wiped
worst.
the steel with your clean, sanitized
What a
towel,
great.
return it to its appropriate place.
Lubbies? No, I don't.
Your fourth shift duty is assisting when the guest flow is light. When there are no guests
No,
at
we
your
just the
station
only
and
buffet
you're
we
caught up
had
on your own
was
tasks,
the one
you'll
named
assist
after
line
our
attendants.
city. and it was run by Chinese
Your
people,
final
and it would
shift
constantly
duty
be
is
closed
doing
down due to
whatever it
health
takes to
violations.
take care of the
Remember that?
guests.
Yep.
Dude, and we
Old
used to
country
look forward to
serving
going
guests
there.
is our number one
We
priority.
went like once or twice. I did.
You have many opportunities.
Yeah, I only
throughout
went
your
with
shift to lend a
Milk's
helping
older
hand when
brother.
needed.
Yeah.
Every time you offer that helping hand, chances are
Oh,
you
and I
increase
think I went
guests'
once with
satisfaction
Mr. Blue.
his or her visit. Before you
Two
leave
places,
your shift
absolute
duties,
trash.
Let's
They're
take a minute
incredible.
or two
Okay.
to look closely at something
That's
you need to be aware of.
breakfast
every
buffet.
minute
It's
you're
like
on the job.
Bickford's.
Safety.
When they used to have their
Bickford's
buffet.
As a carver, you work in an
Bickford's
area with a
was
high potential for accidents.
Rough.
Sharp knives,
Bickford's was pretty
grease from
base.
the hand, and
was
the
gr-
rush
well,
of a
I
busy
don't know.
shift
It wasn't
can
no, I guess.
sometimes combine to create a
Dude,
Old people
it's-
loved it.
That's why
Friend
you
of the
need
show,
to
Sawyer, would always
work
drag me to
safely.
breakfast places
Here are a few things to keep in
at
mind.
night.
Treat your knives with
After
respect.
airsoft. We'd play
They are
airsoft
razor
until
sharp.
like
Oh,
10.
yeah.
Boned to an edge
Breakfast,
that
I don't
cuts
know.
through meat with
Sometimes
only a
it's
little
good.
pressure.
We would play
Unfortunately,
airsoft
it
in
doesn't
Worcester,
matter to
dude,
the
from like
knife
5:30
if it's
to
cutting
10.
through a ham or your
And then
finger.
we'd stop in like
Don't grab
Bickford's
for
or
a
some
falling
fucking
knife.
place or
Let it hit the floor. In your haste to
IHOP.
prevent it
Customer
from
walk on
falling,
it.
you stand
Yeah,
a
have 'em step
50-50
on it.
chance of grabbing the blade, not the handle.
Dude, that knife's so much longer. How's
Take
it 50-50?
extra time
That's
and
probably
care
like
when
a
you're
fucking
washing knives.
90-10%
When
chance.
both your hands and the knives are
Rinse
wet,
it off with some
it's
water
easy
for a
to
couple
slip if you're
seconds.
hurried.
That'll be good enough.
slow down and complete
that's all you
the
need to
job
do.
safely. Never place knives in bus tubs, Lexans, or sinks full of soapy water. Use only sharp knives.
Still no lady.
Believe it or not, dull knives are
Not
more
yet.
dangerous than sharp knives.
I asked if she was going live
Because you
tonight.
have
Maybe
to
she's
work
not.
harder to get a dull
Maybe
knife
she
to
changed
cut,
her schedule
the
now that
chances
she
of
doesn't
cutting
have
yourself
Pickles as
or
a
guest
co-host.
are
Maybe.
much greater. Finally,
Dude, somebody's doing Harry
be
Potter
aware at
trivia
all
right now on
times of where
D-Live.
the
This
hands
place.
are.
So gay.
Without realizing it,
Sucks.
guests may move their hands in the path of
D-Live
your
is the
knife.
worst.
It is.
Keep
it
an
is the
eye out
absolute
for this.
worst.
In this video, we've examined your shift duties other than carving meat. Your shift duties are the things you will spend the majority of your time doing. Once again, here are the shift duties we've
Yeah,
examined
she's
in
just
this video
hosting
segment.
the.
Greeting and
Oh,
serving
somebody
guests,
else asked if she was hosting
Maintaining the
tonight
carving
or
station.
streaming tonight.
assisting live.
That just kind of ends abruptly.